command that's giving us all the. But my requirement is I want to prepare my own command. When I type my own command, let's say my ls and a command prepare JIRA. When I type my ls, what should happen is present a command at a later. Let's prepare our own command where when I run that command, I should get date right? And a message like these are the files present in this location. Followed by that end of this, have a nice day. It was something I want to write and prepare it as my own command. So then what to do? Let's find out. Let's prepare a file. Let's say nano my ls. And here forms an exclamation bin bash and description. My own command, my ls, right? And author, who is the author, my name, and date created. When the script is created, let's say today's 20. So 20/2/2024. And if there is any date modified, I'd say date modified and remarks and so on. And now, friends, here, let's say I want to print a date command, followed by that echo and the data present in the current location. I want this message to be printed and then ls command and echo, let's say, have a nice day, some message like this. This is what I'm writing as a script, control O to save, control X to exit. And now add executable permission, chmod, u plus x on my ls, so a plus x here, my ls. Now, if you run the script ./my ls, we're getting a message, right? Date, the data present in the current location, these are all the files present, and now, have a nice day. Now, wherever I write this command, I should get the same result. With ls and a command, if I go to root, say ls, I'm getting the response. If I go to /tmp ls command, I'm getting the response. Similarly, I want, if I type my ls, I should get the same response. But what's happening here? I'm getting an error command wrong. So now, what should we do in this regard? Then we just do one thing. Identify your my ls file. This is your my ls file, right? First, find where is your regular commands present. Yeah, ls command అనేది ఎక్కడ ఉందో find out. Where is ls command present? Yeah, where is that command present? And just type here. Where is ls? Yeah, where is ls? And now it's giving ls and a command put up a file in it. Every command that you're writing in Linux is a file. So where is that ls command specific file? And this is a path /bin low ls and a file. Likewise, where is mkdir? So a bin and a directory mkdir command. So e location my ls is simple as. So sudo mv my ls to /. Move your command to a bin location where all the existing other commands are present. And they put, from now on, you type my ls, getting the response. Like go to root directory and say my ls, you get your response. Like a cd to temp directory, my ls, you get the response. So how to create your own command in Linux? And the shell script without any extensions. Add executable permission and copy that file to the location where your existing commands are present. Simple as. Yeah, are we clear? Fine. So now let's discuss about some conditions. And make a task. How many of you did that? You did? Right. Very good. What was the task? Prepare a slam when you when I run that script, it should ask me like, what is your name, your favorite color, your favorite food, and so on, right? So now today, let's imagine we are all DevOps engineers joined in an organization. Just imagine, right? And now I'm a lead, and there is a lot of work that I have to make you work with DevOps. Time DevOps sorry, Docker Ben ranges in the time level. But what I learned is what I got to know is that you're all very good at shell script. So now I have to make you work with shell script. Sorry, మీరు shell scripts run చేస్తారు, but in the back end, Docker should have. So let's see how to write a script like that. So nano script new.sh, and here pound sign exclamation in bash. Let's say we are all a part of some organization. Let's say echo Trident Software Solutions. Trident Software Solutions. And here, what I do is I'm going to add some statement echo and say, please enter the image name. Next step. Here, read space img name. Next, echo, please enter the container name. And here, read container, some name, container names. And here, what I do is I add a command, it goes this way. Your Docker run dash name, dollar container name, minus T, minus capital P, dollar img. And let me just simply say here, echo. Okay, thank you, something like that. Some message I'm adding. So this is some Docker command I'm adding in a shell script. Let's see what happens. Now, I asked one of you, okay, chmod plus x script new.sh. And yeah, friends, so there's a script created, script new.sh. Now I shared this script with all of you. And I said, I want one of you to create a Docker container. You're saying, Prashant, we don't know how to create a Docker container because we don't know anything about Docker. I said, no worries, go ahead, run the script. And you started running the script this way, /script new.sh. And now you're asking, hey, Prashant, when I ran the script, it's asking me for an image. And I said, okay, go ahead and type nginx, nginx. And you're typing nginx, enter. And again, you're saying, Prashant, it's asking me for some container name. Go ahead and type some name, C1, and you type it C1, right? And hit enter, you did. And what's happening, you're saying, Prashant, something is happening, and I got an error, or some message like this, error response from daemons also. And then what I do, I may look into this and add this challenge. So the challenge here is unauthorized, incorrect username or password. Unauthorized, incorrect username or password. Getting this error because I attached this to one of my projects. That's the issue. Project. Just a second. Yeah. So let's see once again. ls command dot / script new.sh. Enter image name, let's say nginx, and you are entering a container name C1. Enter. Now, what happens is, yeah, so you're saying, Prashant, something is happening. And I asked you, did the container got created successfully or not? And you're saying, I don't know. We got a message. Thank you. So now I have to give an acknowledgement back to you saying, once you are done with creating some container, if the script is successfully executed, the script should give you a message saying your container creation is successful. Then you can acknowledge me back saying, yes, we did create the container. If at all this is not successful, you should get a message, something failed, please check with your lead, something like that. So now, how do we add such condition? Yeah, friends, how do we add such condition? Let's try to understand. So in shell scripts, sorry, in Linux, if you run a command, how do you know whether a command is executed successfully or not? Let's say ls, a command successfully executed. Depends on the output. Okay. Now let's say mkdir new directory. Create ayinda. Directory create ayinda. But you said depends on the output. The output it's not throwing any error. I think a shortcut undandi Linux lo meeku. There is a command which is echo $? A dollar question mark changes, it returns a number, some number, 0, 12 is 0 వచ్చిందనుకోండి. It means that the command earlier you typed it is a successful command. Let's say data అని టైప్ చేస్తాను, of course error వచ్చింది. మళ్ళీ నేను ఏం చేస్తానంటే ఎక్కువ డాలర్ క్వశ్చన్ మార్క్ అంటే, now what happens is, have a look. I'm getting a number 127, meaning the earlier command is not a successful execution. 0 వస్తే successful. Other than that, any number you get, the command fails. The command is failed. I think you're good. So now, based on this, what I do is, again, I'm jumping to the script. Nano script new.sh. And here, what I do is, e command can successfully execute. What should I say? The container is created successfully. If the command is failed, I should get a message saying the container failed, something like that. So, adi manam identify cheyadaniki, what we do is here, we add some condition, which is if condition. Okay, we go by something called a if condition. If, and what I do is here, open a square bracket and say, if at all dollar question mark is equal to 0, meaning the command successfully execute in the dollar question mark will be 0, meaning if 0 is equal to 0, then what should you say? Then echo and say container dollar container name is created successfully. ఒకవేళ కాలేదనుకోండి, what should happen? If at all dollar question mark అంటే command fail, then what should happen? You should get a message saying your container creation is failed, something like that. So that's where what I do is here, I add again an option called else and say echo, sorry, something went wrong. Okay? Please check with your lead, something like this. I'm adding a message. And since we began a if condition, you have to close it with the F5. IF ni F5, reverse type children. IF to open if condition, F5 to close. Now, let's see, if I go save the script, and if I run the script again, ./script new.sh, shouldn't have said, Trident Software Solutions, please enter the image. I said, enter the image name as HTTPD. Please enter the command, the container name. I said, enter the container name as C1 or C2, something like this. You entered C2, and now what's happening there? Let's see. I'm asking, the container is created or not? And you're saying, yes, Prashant, the container is successfully created. Because you're getting an acknowledgement here, container C2 is created successfully. కాకపోతే మీకు ఈ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ అంతా అవసరం లేదు. So the information you're getting here, if you don't want it, all I do is, let's again nano script new.sh. ఈ కమాండ్ రన్ చేసినప్పుడు మనకి కొంత ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ వస్తుంది కదా, I don't want it. So then ampersand double greater than, let's say, logs, let's say, docker.log, something like that. Just redirect the information to a file called docker.log. So now have a look, friends, again. If I run the script ./script new.sh, enter the image, let's say HTTPD, enter the container name, let's say container1, enter. What happened? You just given a message, container C1, select container1 is created successfully, thank you. Now, if something failed, let's say again you're running it, enter the image name, you say container1. Sorry, my bad. Let me just run it again. Image name HTTPD, container name is, let's say, container1. And once you hit enter, what happened? Sorry, something went wrong. Please check with your field. And now you're reflecting the same thing here, Prashant. What happened is when we ran this, it failed. Now, my point of source to find where it went wrong is nothing but this docker.log file. I go by this docker.log file. If I read that file, cat docker.log, here I get some information. What is the information I'm getting here? Error response from daemon, conflict. The container name container1 is already present. So then I give you update saying You are creating the same container one more time, which is already created. That's the reason container creation failed. And ఇక్కడ మీరు అర్థం చేసుకోవాల్సింది ఏంటంటే with just shell scripting, I'm engaging you to do Docker activities, right? So that way we have a lot of things yet to cover. I'll show you step by step. Okay? One after another, we'll explore. If condition and data, what is if condition? If something is true, do this. If something is not true, do something else. Right? Let's say I want to take two numbers from as inputs, and I want to find the largest of two numbers. If number one is greater than two, get me the result. Number one is greater. If number one is not greater than two, just get me the result. Number two is greater. Okay? Just a simple program to find the largest of two numbers. Let's see this. Now, let me just copy this cp script new.sh, script new.sh as let's say script new.sh, nano script new.sh, and have a look. What I do is let me delete this line, all these lines. Let me just get rid of all of them. Shutdown line could get better, no issues. Then dash, and yeah. Now let's say echo, enter the first number and read space number one. Echo, enter the second number and say read space number two. And here, if condition, I would say dollar number one. And friends, there are some 6 comparison operators in Linux. What are they? Greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, is equal to, and not equal to. Greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, is equal to, and not equal to. Okay, so now what I do is here, if the value of number one is greater than, here I'm adding a comparison saying minus GT for greater than dollar number two. Then what should happen? Then echo and say dollar number one is greater. If not else, echo and say dollar number two is greater. And close if with the F5, right? F5. Let's see this. Control O to save, Control X to exit. ./script 2.sh. See, enter the first number. Let's enter the first number. Let's say some 78. Enter the second number, some 66. If 78 is greater than 66, true or false? 78 greater than 66. True. So we get a response saying 78 is greater. Okay. Yeah. Now, let me go back to the script one more time. Now tell me here, I'm removing this echo statement. This echo statement. And what I do is here, read space minus T, enter the first number. Read space minus P, enter the second. అంటే మీరు ఎక్కువ స్టేట్మెంట్ మరలా రీడ్ ఇట్లా కాకుండా within the read statement itself you can add a form. Okay, so Control O to save, Control X to exit, and if you run the script ./script2.sh, have a difference. Enter the first number. It's asking for some number. Let me enter some number. Enter the second number. Enter second number. It's working absolutely the same. Okay. And one more thing. Let me just delete this 2 lines. And here what I do is num1 is equal to some 10. Num2 is equal to some 40. Again, direct variables we are creating in the script itself. But here, friends, very important, you should not add any space here. Shell script challenge and the shell scripts. Your variable name, assignment operator, and your value, all of them should be typed, tightly typed. You should not add any space at all. Right? So we try change. If you have time, just try. You get an error. Okay, so now I'll go and say run script 2.sh. What's happening? 40 is greater. And then already going to predefine this. No matter 100 times you run this program, you get the same result. Then already values we preset the values. Num1 is equal to 10, num2 is equal to 8, right? Now you tell me an answer for this. Let's say nano script2.sh. ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నానంటే I'm removing this num keyword తీసేస్తాను. And I'm deleting these two. Control O to save, Control X to exit. Now if I run the script, what happens? Yeah, what result do we get? Something is greater and but what is greater? What is $1? What is $2? Yeah. What is $1 here? What is $2? So how many of you worked with Tomcat? Tomcat application installed is there. How do you start Tomcat? How do you start Tomcat application? Startup.sh లేదా catalina.sh space చెప్పి రన్ చేస్తారు. సో Tomcat రన్ చేయాలంటే మీరు of course startup.sh కూడా ఓకే, బట్ లెట్ మీ షో యూ. ఇట్లా ఒక స్క్రిప్ట్ ఉంటుందండి. In Tomcat, wherever you find startup.sh, సేమ్ అక్కడే మీకు catalina.sh అనే ఫైల్. ఆ ఫైల్ తో మీరు ఏం చేయొచ్చంటే యూ హ్యావ్ టు పాస్ అన్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్ అడిషనల్ గా స్టార్ట్, స్టాప్ ఇట్లా. సో సిమిలర్లీ నౌ హియర్ when you're running the script, what should you do? You have to pass the variables right away there. ./script2.sh తర్వాత మీరు ఏం చేయాలంటే you have to pass your first number and the second. $1 వచ్చేసి let's say 60 and $2 వచ్చేసి 70. Now $1 is 60 and $2 is 70. Now you get the response 79. Okay, so $1, $2, those are termed as command line arguments. So when you are running a script and alongside with the script when you're passing the arguments, those are termed as command line arguments. Okay, so this is one more approach of adding the inputs to the script. So let's go to the script once, and here what I do is echo $1, echo $2. Okay, let me just add echo $0. I just want to print $0, $1. Let's see what do we get. Control O to save, Control X to exit. If I run the script, what do we get here, friends? Arguments and pass $1, $2. No. Then what about $0? Sorry, let me run the script. Let me remove it. I'm running the script and I said echo $1, $2, $0. It is greater than fine. $0 మనకి ఏమొస్తుందంటే we're getting the script name printed. So $0 is nothing but the script name itself. And alongside with that script, if you're passing say 70 and some 40, 70 is greater, fine. $0 is nothing but the script name. $1 is equal to 70, $2 is equal to 40. Okay. Yeah. And then next again. Echo $pound. What does this mean? $pound. Echo $. What are these? Let's see. I'm running this script again. Check it. What are you finding? Okay, 70 is greater. Let's leave it. $0 is nothing but the script name. $1 is equal to 70. $2 is equal to 40. Then $hash. We got number 2. Meaning the number of arguments you pass. How many arguments we pass here? 2 arguments. So the count of the number of arguments. And 70, 40 is nothing but the list. 2 arguments pass $$. It's just printing that what's the arguments back. Okay. So this concept we term it as command line arguments. It could only make an interview question. Okay, what are command line arguments and what are the different approaches to write your shell script? Yeah, so get it done. Now, friends, now again, let's go to the script nano script2.sh. And here, my requirement is to find the largest of three numbers. Yeah, let's say there are three friends, A, B, and C. And we should find the tallest guy out of three of them. Then how do we find the tallest guy out of three people? A, B, C. And we should find the tallest guy. I'm comparing the height of A with B. And what happened? A took the tallest. And should I say now A is the tallest guy among the three? Hmm? Why not? There is C2, so we should compare A with C as well. And then identify who is the tallest guy. Right? So now let's say there are three numbers given to you. You got to find the largest of three numbers. So we raster some shell script. You write a script and get an answer for me tomorrow. Yeah, so there's a concept called nested if condition. Nested if condition, with which you can achieve that. So friends, I'm not giving you enough time to write because I have all the shell scripts already written and available here. My repository is here. Somewhere I got these shell scripts available. Already in Raspberry and I'll take permission from your management and I'll share this link with you. Okay, so that you can get all the GitHub repositories from here. Yeah. So anyway, just here, what you do is git space, clone space, and that link. And once you hit enter, what happens? All my shell scripts are downloaded into your machine. And now, see, there's a folder shell scripts, cd into shell scripts folder, and here you find all the scripts available. So yeah, you can now read these scripts and run them according to your requirement. కాకపోతే ఈ స్క్రిప్ట్స్ ఒకవేళ మీరు డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకుంటే don't run 1, 2, and 3. Don't run either of these. 1 కానీ 2 కానీ 3 కానీ don't fire them up. Why means I'll explain. You tell me the answer. Why am I saying you don't run those scripts? You tell me. Okay. So friends, what I did is in those scripts, I did something crazy like this. I prepared script 1. Say this is script 1. In this script 1, I added a statement. Let's say hello, Devi, and I made a call to script 2. Likewise, I prepared a script 2 here. And in this script 2, what did I do? I added a statement, hello, let's say Krishna, and made a call to script 3. And followed by that, I prepared a script 3. And in this script 3, what did I do? I added a statement, hello, Mukta. Okay? And I made a call to script 1. So what happens, friends? If 3 scripts lo mere run chesina disaster, infinite looping. Because script 2 run chestar. What happens? Hello Krishna print అయిన తర్వాత it makes a call to script 3. 3 execute అవుతుంది. Hello Mohammed print అయిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ it's making a call to script 1. Right? And after that, again, what happens? This script makes a call to script 2. ఇంకా అలా loop అలా నడుస్తూనే which runs your resources and which may affect your service. So don't run them. And of a bad programming practice here, I added them here. Okay, but don't execute them. Let me show you. If I run, what happens? ./str1.sh. It's infinite loop that keeps on happening over and over and over again. And unnoticed your server gets crashed. Right? So not at all a good programming practice. Now, how to kill this one? Control C, simple as Control C, and the process gets halted. Right? Next, we got script. Just give a try at your home. Let's say cat script1.sh. This is all about just some simple statements. Script2.sh, what is it all about? Set minus x, set plus x. What are these? Yesterday we learned, right? Set minus x prints the command as well as the output. Right. Next, if we go with script 3.sh, what is the script 3? Script 3.sh. 2 less than signs. What is this? What is this content? Multi-line comment. Yeah, whatever is present in between this line and this line, all that is equal. Multi-line comment. Right? Here it's the multi-line comment. Next, script 4.sh. What is script 4.sh? Just a script that asks you for your name and it prints back, gives you back with your information. Let's say 04. So, hello, please enter your name. Kumar. Please enter the course you are willing to learn. DevOps. See, you are interested in DevOps. Just input this into name, input name. It's giving us back. Script 5.sh. What is the script 5.sh? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Right? The sum of two numbers, 1200 is 1200. In logic, just go ahead and say cat script 5.sh. And in Linux, friends, we have 4 different approaches to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. 4 approaches. Method 1, see, I defined 2 variables here already. Number 1 is equal to 1000, number 2 is equal to 250. And the first method is let keyword used. I'm saying let. I'm creating a variable called sum. And I'm saying let sum is equal to num1 plus num2. Then what happens? 1000 plus 200, 1200 gets assigned to sum. And in the next statement, I'm saying the sum of 2 numbers, $num1 and $num2 is equal to $sum. Meaning, what is the value here? 1000 plus 200, 1200 is what we're getting. Same, then let keyword to the multiplication, division, addition. And there is a second method, which is second approach, which is something like this: 2 parentheses. Likewise, a square bracket method. And fourth one is with a keyword called exp. Confused how can we just ignore these 2, 3, 4 methods and stick only to method 1. Anyways, we are not writing any addition, we are not writing any arithmetic related programs in DevOps, right? Just a good to know thing. There are 4 different approaches to write you to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division concepts. Yep. And next, what else? Script 6. What is script 6? Check. Script 6 is all about identifying the largest of numbers. అట్లనే మీకు ఇక్కడే ఆన్సర్ తెలుస్తుందండి లైక్ this is again, what is this script all about? Hello there, please enter your name, age, course interested, qualification, some details we are expecting from the user. Let's see. Let me run the script once, /script 07.sh. Sorry, just a second here. Clear. Let me run the script. See, hello there, please enter your name. I'm typing my name. Please enter your age. See, I'm typing, but what's happening? It's not displaying. Yep. Next, course interested, DevOps, working fine, qualification, MCA, years of experience, let's say 14, and mobile for communication. Again, I'm typing my mobile number, which is not at all visible. Why is that? So to understand the logic again, go ahead and read the script. Minus SP. Minus S for sensitive data. Don't expose the data onto the screen, but take the input from the user. Don't expose it when he's typing. Username, passwords, right? When you type a password, what happens? We find the password with the star characters. The actual password type just only stars can be set. Similarly, minus S here for sensitive, where the data is not at all visible to anyone. So, minute details shallow and Linux. We cannot wrap all of those discussions in one single class or 1 week, right? So we'll make sure that we conduct such classes in the future and talk to the management and administration related concepts, Linux linked deep directions. Possibility. I'll ask them to conduct some workshop session in the future, okay? Where you can learn much more concepts in detail. Next, script 8. What is script 8? Whatever the task I gave you, this is a solution for the task. Take 3 numbers. Number 1, number 2, number 3. So here I got to correct this once. Let me just open this again. Nano script 08.sh. Have a look in here. I'm asking the user to enter the first number, second number, and third. And I should find the largest of three numbers. And here I'm saying if at all number 1 is greater than 2 and number 1 greater than 3. I think you learned in what's the truth tables concept, right? What's in your academics. Truth tables మీరు చేసే ఉంటారు కదండి somewhere in your academics. A, B, P, Q. Okay, P or Q, P and Q. If P is true and Q is true, then P and Q is equal to true. If P is true, Q is false. P and Q is false. P true, P false and Q true. Again, it's false. P false, Q false. P and Q is always false. Only P should be true and Q should be true. Then only P and Q turns true, right? So the same concept in the now here I'm saying if 1 is greater than 2 and 1 is also greater than 3. Okay, 1 should be greater than 2 as well as 1 should be greater than 3. Then only say 1 is greater. If at all 1 is not greater than 2, then jump to the next state. If 1 is greater than 2, but 1 is not greater than 3, then jump to the next state. Right? So both these statements should be true. First one and the second. Now here I'm saying if 1 is greater than 2 as well as 1 is greater than 3, then say 1 is greater. ఒకవేళ కాదనుకోండి ఫస్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ట్రూ కాలేదనుకోండి then what happens? What does that mean? Yeah, ABC ముగ్గురు ఉన్నారు. A is not taller than B. Then is there again what's it? Once A is not taller than B, then obviously it means either B or C is taller. So మనం ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తామంటే we are comparing 1 with 2 and 1 with 3. If that is not true, then go to another statement and do a comparison saying $num3 minus GT $num3. ఇది ఒకటి యాడ్ చేస్తే సరిపోతుందండి. There's no need of again being comparison. If 1 is greater than 2 and 1 is greater than 3, print this. If not, just check 2 and 3. If 2 is greater than 3, then say 2 is greater. If 2 is also not greater than 3, then obviously it means that number 3 is simple as that. So let's see the behavior of this program. Control to save, Control X to exit, and let's run the script ./script 08.sh. Enter the first number. Let me just let's run here. Enter the first number 100. Enter the second number 200. Enter the third number 300. If A is greater than B, 100 is greater than 200. No, control jumps to elif part. If 200 is greater than 300, true. Control jumps to elif part, and now what happens? We get 300 is greater. Likewise, if you run the script again, number 1 is 300, number 2 is 200, and number 3 is 100. Okay? If 300 is greater than 200, true. Likewise, if 300 is greater than 100, true, then obviously we get 300 is greater. First statement మనకి satisfy అయిపోతుంది. Likewise, if we run the script again, and here let's say 100, 300, and then 200. If 1 is greater than 2, false. Then control jumps to elif part. If 2 is greater than 3, true. Then what happens? 2 is greater. 100 is greater. So this way, you can compare between multiple values. This script. Next, what else do we have here? Script 9, right? Cat script 09.sh. All what's the command line arguments? $0 name of the script, $1 first argument, $2 second argument. Okay. You can give a try this even what's the command line arguments. Script 10. What is script 10? Let's see. Script 10 is all about identifying this command line arguments. You pass 2 command line arguments, which one is greater? Condition. Okay, next, script 11. What is script 11.sh? Yeah, this is interesting. So, this script actually identifies what sort of user are you. Yeah, friends, the script 11 dot forward slash script 11 dot sh identifies what user type. So if I switch to root user sudo root user type, if I run that script dot forward slash script 11 dot sh, you are root user. If I'm not root user, then what happens? Let me just create a user here, sudo user add minus s in bash, let's say Swaroop. Okay. And now switching to Swaroop, su Swaroop. So I got connected as Swaroop, right? Now I'm running the script dot forward slash script 11 dot sh. And what is it saying? Are you a new user? Because I added a condition. ఇది మీరు sorry, let's say just check the loop. Sorry, just check the logic, friends. You get it? Cat script 11 dot sh. ఇక్కడ ఏం చెప్పమంటే, this is a case example. I'll explain. If at all user ID is equal to 0, is a root. If at all user ID is equal to 1000, then that user is a open. If at all a user ID is not 0, not 1000, but something else, then that user should be greeted with the message, are you a new user? Yeah, friends, are you a new user? So now let's talk about this case example once. How many of us went to KFC? All of us? Yeah. KFC gani restaurants gani వెళ్ళినప్పుడు, what do they give you? Menu. They provide us a menu and they ask us to choose some item. And we choose some item and that item is delivered. కాకపోతే అక్కడ వాడు మెన్యూ ఇస్తున్నాడంటే what does that mean? The restaurant, they are capable of preparing all the food items for us. వాడు ఆ items అన్ని ప్రిపేర్ చేయగలరు. He has that capability. But what we do, we order only something and we get only that. Right? Similarly, we prepare a shell script with a lot of options and we give the user to choose one. A script ki capability ఉందండి అవన్నీ perform చేయడం. But what we do is we give an option to the user to choose one. If a user choose option 1, only that block should happen. If a user choose option 2, only that particular activity should happen. So how to write such a shell script? Let's find nano script 12.sh. Okay, let me just exit it. So చిన్న restaurant menu preparation. Okay, so getting good. No. So let's prepare a simple script. Let's say nano script 18.sh. Online candidates, are we following? Yeah, online team. How many are there online? Venu, Prasanna Kumar.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Fine. Let's continue then. Forward slash bin forward slash bash. And here, what I do is, let me just add an echo statement. Let's say, let's add some hotel name here. Let's say Swadrupa. Let's say Hotel Suprabhat. Something like this. And say echo menu. And let's prepare a menu here. The menu items are, so first item, echo, let's say first item, idli. Here echo second item, let's say tea and coffee. Right, next echo, let's say the third item. Let's add, yeah, here we go. Chocolates. Okay. What hotel offers chocolates, man? Echo, let's say option number 4, ice creams. Okay. Right, so that's it. Right, so now when you reach to this hotel, they provide you with this menu. Let's say we went to the hotel, Control O, Control X, and yeah, save modified password. Control O to save, Control X to exit. Control O to save. Yeah, permission denied over my head. Let's do one thing. I think I got connected as user. Yeah, user Swaroop. Yeah, that's where. Control X. No. Let's exit as Swaroop and nano script, let's say some 19.sh. And here I'm adding all this content. Okay. Control O to save, Control X to exit. And see now chmod plus x script 19.sh. And if you run the script dot forward slash script 19.sh, you're given a menu, but you're not given an option to choose. So sorry, what this script should do, it should ask us to enter some value. When you enter some value like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, something should print. Okay, one option choose coding. It should give us a message saying, we have the best idlis in the town. Please enjoy your food, something like that. If you choose option number 2, right? Let's say some message. You ordered for tea, the tea is on the way. Chocolate or ice cream, there should be some message printed. So let's do that. Nanoscript 19.sh, and here, what I do is echo, and I ask the user, please enter your choice. Please enter your choice, and let me just add a read statement and say num1. The user of the value enter here, either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Now, if a user enters 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, what should happen? I'm saying case $num1 in, and here I say 1. ఒకవేళ user 1 enter చేసేది, let's say I want the statement to be printed. We got the best idlis in the town. Okay? Please enjoy your food. Something like this. E-message print over. If at all a user chooses option number 2, echo, I would say, we are ready to serve you. Okay. With our signature tea. Okay. In 10 minutes, something like that. This message should get printed. Number 3. Okay. Echo, and let's say who hates chocolates? We got the best collection for you. Some message. This message should get, like with option number 4, echo, the best way to end a meal with her. It's something like this. Thank you for ordering. Nice. So something like this message should get printed. Now, it's not the case that all the time a user chooses only these options, right? 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Maybe some user might ask something out of the menu. Let's say I got a 2-year-old kid, and whenever we go to the hotel, I ask for baby food. Right? So they say, no, sir, we don't have any baby. Likewise, let's say you went to a vegetarian hotel and you're asking for non-veg. What do they say? No, sir, we don't serve non-veg food. Right? Similarly, if some user, if he's ordering something out of the menu, then what should happen? Let's say, echo, sorry, we are unable to process your request. Please choose an option between 1 and I want this message to be. And finally, case ఇక్కడ స్టార్ట్ చేసాం కదండి CASC. Now we got to close this case. What should I type here? If came చేసాం మనం IF కి FI, case కి ESAC. We got to close case with ESAC. Enter, save. Now run the script ./script 19.sh. The script is asking you enter your choice. If you choose option number 1, or one option మీరు ఏదైతే ఫంక్షన్ పెట్టారో అదే ప్రింట్ అవుతుంది. Likewise, if you run it again and choose option number 2, only the second thing works. Right? Again, you run the script and choose option number 4, you get only that. But if you are running the script and choosing option number 10, list. Sorry, we are unable to process your request. Please choose an option between 1 and. So this is how you can write a script and add only some functionality to the script. Right? So this is a case example. Dine manam other languages lo switch statement happen. Anyone from Java background or C++, the same concept is known in Java or C or C++ with the name switch statement. So దీన్ని మనం DevOps కి convert చేద్దాం. It's a nano script 19.sh. Now let's say again the same example. You are all employees of Trident Software. where you don't know anything about Docker. Now, I'm asking you, like, get me the number of containers in this machine. Get me. Then what you are saying, we don't know anything about Docker. So that's where I'm preparing what's some list for you. Let's say list of Docker commands. And here, the first one is, let's say first option, list out Docker containers. And the second option, list out Docker images. And third option, list out Docker networks. And the fourth option, create a container. Okay? Create a container. And now here, let me just go and say option number one, the command Docker ps minus a. Next, second option, Docker images. Next, third, Docker network, sorry, Docker spelling out, Docker network ls. And fourth option, let's say Docker, sorry, let me do one thing. Read space minus p, enter the image name. Enter the image name. Let's say img1. Next, read space minus p, enter the container name c1, right? And then here, Docker run dash dash name, let's say $C1 minus D minus capital P. And here I go with the $IMG. And that's it. If at all you're choosing options other than 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say I want a message to be printed. Wrong option selected. Please choose the correct one. And this is what I want to print. So let's save it. Control O to save, but let's exit. Now we are running the script 19.sh. And I asked one of you, please get me a list of containers. Then what do? Once you run the script, you choose option number one and you say, Prashant, yes, there are containers available in this machine, C1, C2, and container 1. These are the names that you give me back. Likewise, I ask, what are the different networks available in Docker? You run the script and choose option number 3, and you get me a result saying, yes, Prashant, there are 3 types of networks, bridge, host, and null networks. Likewise, get me a container created. And now you're choosing option number 4. You say, with what image? You're asking me, and I said it, Ubuntu/Apache 2. Enter the container name. Give some name. Let's say my website, something like that. Enter. You can enhance it furthermore. Right? So now what's happening? Some image is getting downloaded, and a container gets successfully created. Yeah, so container got successfully created. Now I'm asking on which port that container is running. So how do you get that? Again, you run the script /script 19.sh. And you choose the option number 1. You list out all the containers. And here, friends, on which port the container is running, my website. 32.771, right? So if I go here and let's say web preview, oops, my bad. If I go here, web preview, change port 32,771, I should gain access to a website. Let's see, change and preview. Are we getting the website? Yes, Apache 2 default website is getting displayed. So what's happening here? People with what's a bare knowledge in Docker or no knowledge in Docker, I'm letting them do Docker activities with the help of shell scripts. Yeah, so this is all about shell scripting things. Okay, we got one more concept left. You just give me 5 minutes of time. Let's wrap that up. Okay. There's a loop concept, which is for loop. Let's say that, and our Linux discussions will get to an end by this concept. Okay. So what is a loop, friends? What is a loop? It keeps on happening over and over and over again, right? So how do we write a loop? One another like there indeed. It's getting me. Yeah, so over here, it's nano script, let's say 20.sh here, pounds and exclamation, forward slash bin, forward slash. And here, I just want to print a statement, let's say, career bridge, IT solutions. I want to print this statement for some, let's say, 10 times. And what to do? If I type echo, career bridge IT solutions, second time, third time, fourth time, like that 10 times, what happens is, yes, you are achieving your result. But the thing is, there's one programming rule that you should not duplicate your code over and over and over again. Okay, rule and conventions on the programming rule. See, when we travel on the roads, there are some rules, of course, right? It's not the case that I just travel from Amirpet to, sorry, KPHB to Amirpet, but say at my own speed. There are some rules I have to follow. Similarly, programmers put up on the rules. They should not write code and hard code the values. So a statement of over 10 times covered. So if I go by copying it and pasting it this way, of course it's you get the result, but it's not at all suggested. In the country, let's say now if you're asked not 10 times, 100 times you want this, but 90 times copy share. Let's say you did. మీ ఓపిక మీరు అట్లానే కాపీ చేశారు. And what happened there? After that, after you doing all of that, what happened is career bridge in IT services and over education or overseas educational bit. Then what should you do? You have to change every line. You got to change every line again, correcting to let's say career bridge IT services and overseas education. So that is quite a cumbersome task. That's where what we do is instead of doing this way, instead of hard coding the values, see friends. Here I just simply say for loop, two parentheses open, and here we say for I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to some 10, I plus plus. And then here open parenthesis of no, do syntax where in the options do what to do this. And finally for ఎట్లా క్లోజ్ చేయాలి కాదండి ఫర్ లూప్ వి గాట్ 10 కేస్ కి మాత్రమే ఏసేసి ఇఫ్ కి మాత్రమే fi ఫర్ లూప్ కి మాత్రం for some condition do this and once done just mark it to done states. Okay, so now let's see the behavior. Control O to save, control X to exit. And here chmod plus 6 script 20.sh. Yep, we're getting the statement printed 10 times. Okay, if you want to know, you can enable line numbers here. Like let's just say here $I control 0, sorry, control O, control X. Now if I run the script again, children, first time, second time, third time, fourth time, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, let's say we got the statement. Now I gave you a task. I need some container to be created for 10 times. Container 1, container 2, container 3, 4, 5, 6. Atla naku container 10 times create over. Then what you do, your job is pretty simple here. Nano script 20.sh query. What you do is, let's say here, read minus t, enter the image name. Enter the image name onto them. Right? Let me take the image name from the user. Let's say img name. Next, read space minus p, enter the container name. C name on them. And now here, for loop. For I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. And here, what I do is, I just add a Docker command. Docker run that name. Okay. Now here, $C name, $I. $C name, $I. That is container name, let's say, if you give the container name as, let's say, application. Application 1, application 2, application 3, create out. Minus D for detached mode, minus capital P for port mapping. And here you simply say dollar image name, img name. Okay, and that's it. Dollar image name. Now let's see, friends, how it works. Control O to save, Control X to exit. Dot forward slash script 20.sh. Shouldn't look sorry. Enter the image name. I'm saying HTTPD. Container name, let's say application. Enter. Container 1, container 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 10 containers got created in one go. Dr. PS minus A. See the containers here. App 1, app 2, app 3, app 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All of them created from the image. Simple as that. And then they do repetitive tasks, change. It's always a best practice to rely on shells. Then the automation choosing the like you assign a schedule and what happens. Whenever the schedule time reaches, your containers the command automatically executes. So we have a lot of automation features and we got a lot of let's say simplified features at shell scripting level. వీటిని మీరు Jenkins to integrate చేస్తారు లేదా Docker to integrate చేస్తారు. You can take your DevOps skill to the next level. Okay, that's where for every DevOps aspirant or for every cloud aspirant, you should know Linux commands and shell scripting concepts. If you know these, you find all the rest of the concepts pretty easy. Yeah. So that ends our Linux discussions. Okay. And just check with the management for later classes. I think we announced you the classes from 13th till 19th, right? So ఒక రోజు మనకి connection అవ్వలేదు. Saturday there was a problem at my end. So that's where we continued the classes till 20th. Okay. So this is the end for our regular Linux and shell scripting classes. The rest of the concepts you just check with the management ones and we'll plan accordingly. Okay. Every weekend or some time when I have free time, we'll plan some workshop sessions. So just quick feedback from all of you friends. Did you learn something out of these couple of days of sessions? You know, yes, no, yeah, fine. So I'll check with the management once and I'll provide you with this documentations too. The shell scripts are in our repository online. Okay. So the GitHub.com nocturnal DevOps shell scripts that simple URL. Okay. But I don't have option to share or first things first, I should check with them. And once I get confirmation from them, then I'll say share the content with them. Okay. Yeah. Even soft copy as well as a certificate of participation, everything is provided by our management. Okay. So for any other details, if you want any overview, you are looking for any other courses, just check with the management. They'll update you. I'm into teaching DevOps and cyber security. So DevSecOps, cyber security, and say AWS cloud platforms is what I gained expertise into. Right. So that's all, team, from my end for this week. And we'll see you again in the next class. Yeah. Thank you, team. Thank you. Either 25.